Hey, what's up guys? I'm Arwen, and if you're here, it is probably because you've been experiencing the same inundation of Fallout 4 videos that I have since the new update dropped earlier this month. Was it this month? I don't know. Whenever it was. Uh, Among the videos I've been seeing a lot of are just unmodded settlement videos, and it inspired me to load up my old unmodded save where I had been building a lot and really satisfied with a lot that I've built. Uh, and I decided to just highlight a few of the things that I've built in the past that I might revisit, maybe even on a modded playthrough. Because most of what I do with mods is just decoration stuff, it's just extra workshop objects like couches that they can sleep on and stuff. But that was my little outdoor market that I really like that I did in the Nuka World, in the Red Rocket here in Nuka World. Ignore that platform is floating. But these are another thing I was doing a lot back in the day. There's nothing terribly special about either of these. But building on top of the buses and the trailers and putting a little house inside was not uncommon for me back then. I've got another bus kind of like this one, not quite as militarized looking, if you can call it that, in Sanctuary. But yeah, this is just something that might be interesting to revisit as well in the future. These buses and stuff, kind of a reminder to myself. I'm sure it was inspired by somebody. But from here, let us move on to Sanctuary. There are a lot of things that I do like about this and a lot of things that I don't. I like these really modular rooms here and how I've kind of just used the space in various ways. I remember being really satisfied getting all of these interior walls up and stuff. One of the things I don't like about this is that you can probably guess it's built on top of a sanctuary house, which was pretty big back in the day. I've gotten away from that, definitely. I feel like it's a little much. But I do like this big open, rec center type area. It's kind of reminds me of something that you would just find in the modern day, Couple of workspaces, throwback to visiting every club, bar, whatever I could find billiard balls in, trying to get a full set, and I didn't actually look, but I'm pretty sure there was one billiard ball that I could never track down. I don't know if it just doesn't exist in the game or if I was having terrible luck finding it. Maybe it was the 2 ball or something. I don't know. There was a ball that I could not find. I don't know if I ever found it or not. That one was, as you can probably guess by the green chair, intended to be Mama Murphy's room. Nobody really uses this area because, once again, it's kind of high up, and oh, there's somebody. And Marcy did come up too. Here we go. So I think more people are using it than I expected. Did I use... I don't know if I used scaffolding pieces there or warehouse steps. I find that settlers, at the time at least, did not like scaffolding, period. It was almost impossible to get them to path up it. I don't know if that's been fixed or not. I'm sorry you don't like Good Neighbor, and neither do I. This is just kind of an outdoor bar area that I build in every single Sanctuary build. It does not matter what else I'm doing. I tear down this house and I make this bar area, or some iteration of it. There's a little restaurant there with a proper stove. There's a grill over here. We're having a good time. Nothing terribly special about this. I've seen other people do similar things, but I've got something else for you straight up ahead in daytime coming up right about now. So... again, it's on top of the building, which probably not the best idea. It's also built using scaffolding, which was the only stair type stuff that was good to go up here. You can tell that I was really playing around with scaffolding when it came out. Do I like the fact that it's on top of the building? Mixed feelings, probably not. Do I like this two split level thing going on? Absolutely, and I would love to revisit this in another build somewhere. I think it's really cool. I also think it's really cool that you can see the vault from there. It's just like right there. But this over here on the far end is what I really, really love aesthetically. Again, the fact that it's on top of a house, maybe not so much. But this shop front, this broken down, bespoke, open air looking shop area. I really need to experiment to see if the settlers actually use the scaffolding now, because I absolutely just like poured it in, and of course they're already here. To help alleviate the problem of them not using the scaffolding steps, I did build them this room back here, which I think is nice. They've got a nice little view of sanctuary. They've got a sitting area. They've got a bedroom. They don't have a kitchen or anything, so they do still have to go down to like the bar or the workshop house in order to cook. So that doesn't really keep them up here by any means. But I really, really love this, and I would like to recreate this somewhere else just because I think it's so neat. Now we're in the slog. So I was doing a lot of goofy experimentation in the slog, combining materials, that sort of thing, and this is where I started building these boxcar houses, which I absolutely love. I think it's really great that you can use the boxcar doors or walls from the wood shack set. I just kind of placed those half walls there. But we've got that sort of, what are they called? Like the half shack floors there. That actually just clip on to the sides of the boxcars. It's fantastic. It gives them a little extra space. They're already modular, but it makes them even more modular. I think it's amazing. Sorry, my phone is going absolutely nuts. This is just another warehouse, or a warehouse house, just another little funky flat that I was making. Again, I was experimenting a lot with materials and stuff. I love that that's clearly meant for a greenhouse, but you can make that gigantic skylight with it and everything. We like to pretend that there's more glass in there than there is. And then these funky shaped buildings here. I've got one that's actually furbished on the other side. But this right here is one of my favorite things that I had done. And I want to say that as soon as I realized these cycling color lights came out, in my head I went, I'm going to build a trailer and I'm going to put those things up spaced out. So it's kind of filled with clutter in the back because you can't really put anything else back there. They've got a bed, they've got a working area, they've got a sitting area. This is the party trailer though. And I'll show you this at night too. First we'll look at this house right here, which is so goofy. Would I build like this now? Probably not. Because these houses, as you could see, like, I have those half floors coming out on one floor and then not on the other. They're not remotely symmetrical or lined up. It feels kind of ridiculous almost, but I do like the aesthetic variation of it, and I do enjoy that a lot on just one-story houses even as well. The fact that you can take those just square foundations and give them extra visual interest by adding extra half walls and stuff to them. It also adds a lot more space than you realize. Like, you can fit a full-size bed into one of those half areas, and suddenly you've actually got the rest of the floor for whatever else. So I love that. I also love making like T and L shaped houses with the door somewhere in the middle, for other space related reasons. This is just another boxcar house. I like the other one better, really. It's cozier. I just think it's interesting that you have the ability to do what basically amounts to a bus or trailer build, but in more space and in a more modular manner. I promised to show you that at night. Oh, but this is the clinic. BT dubs. Nothing special there. But you've just got that kind of almost sterile looking concrete. It doesn't actually look sterile, but compared to everything else, that nice sturdy concrete, you know, it feels a little cleaner, so I just decided to put a medic in there. And I think I reassigned all the settlers to other places. But yeah, let's look at this at night. Get a good look at it. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Whoever lives here is having a great time. I love this. I know that the lights don't blend the way that they would in real life by any means, but I do love the striped effect. And I just like the way this looks. But anyway, our last stop is Hangman's Alley, where we will head right now. This settlement is a mess. It really is. I think we can all agree with that. It is interesting to try to build in, that's for sure. Once again, we have scaffolding that the settlers may or may not be climbing. I just fast travel in and they're there. We won't look at this area. I was just kind of experimenting with building on top of what was already there. And it's a mess inside, and it's ugly, and it's not furbished. But what I really want to look at is up these stairs. I did have great intentions over here, building a shop and everything. I realized very quickly that settlers do not in fact path into this area, and I thought to myself, you know, maybe if I put a shop here, then they'll come over here. No. Somebody's assigned to that shop, they won't go over there. But I do like this combination of materials here, these two like houses set side by side, and I like the idea of the little antechamber in that metal area. I actually have no idea if I built that or if it was a prefab. If it wasn't a prefab, yay me. If it is a prefab, it's really cool prefab, and I will probably use it at some point. But this is my favorite thing in this whole place, even more than the trailer with the lights, because I really like this multi-level look over here of just these warehouse features. And you can get these angles too, because the barn and warehouse floors are really, really forgiving. For that matter, if I remember correctly, so are the scaffolds. But I did some crazy stuff with like the desire paths that kind of already exist in the castle, building walkways for people. I'm gonna look at this first. It's just like a little one square building, storage room, I guess is what I was going for. But the one over to the left, you can see here, is furbished. I guess because these walls are so thin, they just went side by side right there, no problem, and I love that so much. But this is just a little cozy kind of apartment area. They've got their desk, their couch, a nice rug to make everybody happy. And then up here we have a loft with just a little sleeping area for them. So I love this. I would absolutely revisit a build like this. I love this loft area. I think it's really neat. It's got just like tiny house vibes, but industrial. I don't know. Is that a thing? It is now. So I love that. I love this grouping of warehouse shacks, but especially those two side by side right there. And you can kind of see what I mean on the floor there, where the different angles of wood are coming together. They really just snap together. But yeah, that's all I have to show you guys. I have never actually uploaded a video to this channel before. That's not really the view I expected it to be, but Supposing that I do actually upload more content, I will probably be revisiting some of these things for you. If there's anything here that particularly interests you, let me know. And we can play with it some more. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and God, look at it. It's so good. Anyway, yes, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the wasteland, I guess.